What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It. It is your boy Bando, and tonight is UFC 279, and I am coming with my official predictions. So, let's get right into it. Obviously, a bunch of fucking craziness has happened with the chaos from the canceling of the press conference, from them brawling backstage, to Hamzat missing weight, to the entire card. Well, I'm not going to say the entire card, but the majority of the main fights all flipped around, man. It's crazy. It's never happened before, and it happened this weekend. And I'm kind of excited and happier that it happened this way because to me, we're getting better fights now, better matchups, and stuff that makes a little bit more sense. Now, I'm here to make my official predictions on all the fights. No, not all the fights. The main card fights. The main three that people have been talking about. The main big three, the ones that got switched up. So you got Li Jingliang versus Daniel Rodriguez, Kevin Holland versus Hamzat Chimaev, and then Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. So, first fight, Daniel Rodriguez versus Li Jingliang. It's tough. It's tough because in this situation, they got thrown in and none of these guys expected to fight who they're fighting. So you train for one guy and you end up getting somebody else. I couldn't imagine how bad that would actually suck. It would probably be annoying as fuck when you work your ass off for one thing and you got to fight somebody else and do something else from there, right? So this fight's interesting though because you know these two are going to go out there and slug it. Someone's going to go to sleep, I think. I think either someone's going to go to sleep or we are going to see fight of the night, fight of the year potential type of thing. These guys are both going home with big bonuses. It's one of them. I'm leaning more in the Li Jingliang route. I was leaning towards D-Rod because of the weight discrepancy, but honestly, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I don't think it's going to be that huge of a difference. I think the fight is going to be interesting. You got two dudes who are going to push the pace, throwing bombs. They could take shots. They got good chins. It's actually going to be a very enjoyable fight. But like I said, either somebody is going to sleep or we're getting a fight of the night, fight of the year contender. But I'm definitely going to lean towards Li Jingliang. I think if you're talking in technical striking, he's a little bit better. Sometimes he can get a little sloppy and start swinging. But he is very technically sound when he's not being sloppy and he's not being stupid and he's trying to actually win the fight like he was against... I don't know how to pronounce the last dude that he fought's name. Sorry. But yeah, when he knocked him out with that hook, he was fighting kind of sloppy in the first few rounds. And then the second, or I think it was the second round he finished him, second or third round, he came out solid and a lot better. So I think if he comes out fighting D-Rod like that, he could win this fight. But at the same time, D-Rod, it's not that he doesn't have good technical striking or anything like that. He's a street fighter. He's got that street style, that real gritty. I'm going to take what you give. I'm going to give you 5 back. And that's just that. I think with D-Rod, the thing with him is the fight has to stay where he wants the fight to be. So, if he can set the tone, he can set the pace. He's not like a pressure fighter, but if he's hitting hard and he's seeing that he's landing heavy on you, kind of like how he did against Kevin Lee. If he could fight like he did against Kevin Lee, then boom, I think he could win this fight. But like I said, I'm leaning towards Li Jingliang. The energy of every fighter always matters. If you listen to my Anchor podcast about the 279 card, you understand that I'm deep with the energy thing. If you have positive energy and really good energy through the fight week and it doesn't seem fake, then I'm rocking with you and I think you can get the win. I feel bad for Li Jingliang. He had on a dope-ass suit ready for the press conference. Press conference gets canceled. He can't wear his suit. He was excited to fight a guy like Tony Ferguson, a very big name and a big opportunity to show that you're good enough to hang with top dogs in the UFC. And it all gets switched up. But like I said, I think they could put on fight of the night, fight of the year contender and go home with massive checks, both deserving bonuses. Going into the co-main event, this one could either be a very fun watch or a very quick watch. It all depends, honestly, on what Hamzat decides to do. If he decides that he wants to wrestle this fight, it's his fight. And honestly, as we all know it, we know Kevin Holland can't wrestle. Kevin Holland knows he can't wrestle. And even if he can wrestle a little bit, he can't wrestle long enough to avoid what the board can do to him. So I think if Hamzat decides to wrestle, it's his fight without a doubt. He's going to push the pressure, push Kevin up against the cage, get him down, control him from there, ground and pound, probably get a submission. But if the fans get what the fans want and this fight happens to stay standing, I don't care if there's scrambles and stuff like that. If he takes him down, he's beating him up, Kevin gets back up, or stuff, whatever the case may be. As long as it's not like one takedown real quick over with, that would suck. I want to see these two fight because they got beef. So if the fans get what we want, we could see them actually slug it out a little bit, at least for a round. Give us a round of just you two slugging it. No takedowns, nothing. Get that anger out that you guys have been beefing all fucking weekend with and just beat the shit out of each other. And then if Hamzat wants to take Kevin down, do it in the second round and finish the fight. But have a really good first one. Let the fans enjoy some of that fight because it's either, like I said, going to be really enjoyable or really shit. With this situation, Hamzat lost a lot of fans this weekend. So I can see him shooting, and as soon as he shoots, the boos are coming. So, but winner-wise, I'm predicting Hamzat getting the win. I think stylistically, he's Kevin Holland's just not. It's not that he's not on his level. He can strike with him. I think Kevin Holland can strike with anybody. His striking's very good, and he is hard. I just think Hamzat's a strong motherfucker, and if he grabs you, it's a whole different ballgame. So I'm leaning co-main event going to Hamzat Chimaev. I have no full prediction on how, whether it's decision. So I would say close. I would go more with a submission. But yeah, maybe Hamzat first, second round submission. But I'm hoping we get a fucking fan favorite fight. You know that. And speaking of fan favorite fights, the motherfucking main event. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. This is war. This is absolute war. And like I said when I was talking about Li Jingliang and D-Rod, the circumstances bringing these fights together make it so much crazier. And I think this fight is going to be wild. One is Nate Diaz's last fight. It sucks to say that. It sucks to say that. It's the last fight he's going to fight in the UFC. Hopefully it's not. But as of right now, it's going to be the last fight he fights in the UFC. And I think he's going to try to put on a show. And then Tony Ferguson, he's got to kind of restake his claim as a top dog, very enjoyable fighter. He got knocked out last fight, so obviously that might be sitting in his head. He's looking to go and have a fun fight, and I think he found that fun fight that can bring out the El Cucuy that we love, and I think this is going to bring out that Stockton badass in Nate Diaz that we love, and I think we're about to see a clash of two absolute savages. If I had to predict it, it's tough, man. It's tough. I'm leaning with Nate. Majority of the time that Nate fights, I lean with Nate. Even if I think that he's not going to win the fight, I still go with Nate. I think Nate can win this fight, though. I think Nate can push the pressure up against Tony. Look, man, they're both pressure fighters, and they throw a lot. They can take a lot. They'll bleed a lot. They don't care. Tony obviously is going to cut Nate up. If he hits him with one elbow, Nate's got so much fucking whatever they're called up there, extra, whatever the fuck, and he gets a cut. He gets cut open so quick up there. And I would say that's what is going to happen when Tony Ferguson hits him with an elbow. You hear me mumbling and shit? I can't even fucking talk, man. What the fuck's the matter with me? I'm so excited for these fights. That's what it is. I'm so damn excited, bro. How can I not be? This is literally like a fan favorite fight. Like, this is the fight, like, when you're making a card on UFC 4. I shouldn't even say UFC 4. I should say, like, UFC, the early ones, like EA, the first EA one, not this fourth one, because this shit is trash, man. 3 and 4, fucking whack, dog. Bring me back UFC Undisputed 3. That shit was fucking fire. One of the best fight games ever. But back to what I was saying. This is the fight that you make in the video games. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson, because honestly, you thought you'd never get it. And the fight has always been rumored so many times, and we're finally freaking getting it. And I'm excited as fuck. I know you guys are excited as fuck. And it's going to be a super enjoyable fight night. And I'm going to see you guys after the fight. I'm going to talk more. Hopefully, we got a lot to talk about. Hopefully, it's going to be a crazy-ass fight card from top to bottom. Not just those 3 fights. Yeah, I talked about those 3 fights, but there's a lot of other fights and a lot of fighters I'm interested to see tonight. I can't wait to watch Irene Aldana fight. I can't wait to watch Hakeem Dawodu fight. There's a lot of good fights. It's going to be an enjoyable night. We even got Chris Barnett. We got big boy Chris Barnett about to throw a 300-pound spinning kick. Who in the fucking throw a 300-pound spinning kick? Fucking Chris Barnett can. So I will check you guys after with a post-fight UFC 279 analysis. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for checking it out. Subscribe. Click the button down there or wherever the fuck that shit is. I'm a new YouTuber, so deal with me. Click that subscribe button. Click the like button. Send it to your friend. Tell them start watching MMA. Start watching UFC. It's the shit. And good night.